What is going on, ladies and gents? Happy Monday. We survived the weekend. BTL episode 135 piece. Sorry, 136 piece. Can't forget the last piece. Javon.
Can't.
Happy Monday, brother. How we doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Good weekend.
Good.
Better week.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. I'd be lying if I said I was feeling 100% after being in that fucking month. Like, I don't even know what to describe it. Tundra, I guess, on Saturday night. I don't feel too hot.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel really cold, but I'm sweating. So I think I'm sick. That's okay. We power through. Not going to complain. Let's carry on about our day. But that's why I sound like a fucking idiot right now and don't have that much energy. But we move on. We move. Okay. Javon went 5-0 in NFL picks yesterday. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Shout out Peter for the Broncos. I don't know if I would have taken that unless he sold me on it earlier that week. So shout out our guy, Peter Apple. He's actually pretty good at NFL too. Good for him.
Oh, yeah.
Good for him. How'd you do? You do okay this weekend?
Oh, yeah. Did okay. Did more than okay. I think this is the first time that I've put multiple units against the Bucs this year, which is not good, but also good.
Mm-hmm.
But, it was a good, pretty solid week. Shout out the Texans, too. Give me a little hope that they're going to take the Cowboys for a second.
That was nuts. That was nuts. Cool. I thought they would do the damn thing. I think everyone on Earth was on.
They remembered on that little touchdown or where they got stopped at the goal line. They remembered very quickly they were tanking.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit, we actually can't win this game. This is bad.
Yeah, I mean the play calling at the goal line was hilarious.
Yes, it was atrocious.
Yeah,
it was atrocious. Okay, well, let's shout out some teams though. Let's shout out the Lions. I know you're not shouting out shit. I know you probably had a Viking sneak bet in your pocket. I don't even feel bad. How about that? I know you took the Vikings. Just say it.
Yeah, I took it for you. 100%. 100%.
Son of a gun. Son of a gun.
I had two little. I don't know. I hate using the term because it's so overused, but two fake sharp spots that I tried to hit. The other one was the Bengals, which worked out a little better. But
okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame you for betting it at all. I don't blame anyone for betting on either side or not betting that game at all. I've never seen a spread more advertised just by everyone.
Oh, yeah.
In my entire life, by everyone, which I think is good and bad. I think the general public, at least a little bit, is starting to get maybe at least a little bit sharper. So it's only up from there. It's only up from the start. Look, when I started betting, I was fucking terrible. I was as square as they come. That's just how it goes. That's how you start, and you fucking figure it out after you lose an immense amount of coins that this shit doesn't work, and you got to flip that motherfucker. So people are starting to flip that motherfucker, and I'm happy. Okay, yeah. Shout the lines.
Shout them out.
Shout the lines. Shout out the Bills under, which was free. Russell Wilson, I didn't get to watch the game, but did he look good until his helmet hit the ground so hard I thought his head was just going to explode? That was insane.
I mean,
hope he's okay.
Cooking. He was cooking for those couple of drives.
Yeah, he was cooking, right?
Yeah, he was cooking. He was looking good. But sucks to see him get concussed. Now it's the Ripien show.
Yep.
See how that progresses throughout the week, but hopefully he can come back.
Yeah. First quarter bad, but until he got hurt after that, he was good.
Yeah.
Okay. Green Freesh. Dwarf Noah, what is up? That's my dwarf. Russ Brain was cooking after that hit. Yeah, it was. Did you see that fucking welt he had on his forehead?
Yeah.
That was scary.
Wild.
And then shout out Justin Herbert, who's looking fucking awesome right now. He looks awesome. Yeah. That's the Justin Herbert we know and love. That's the Justin Herbert from the first 2 years of his career. That's the Justin Herbert that can take a team, no matter how poorly coached they are and how many injuries they have. That's the Justin Herbert that can put the team on his motherfucking back and have 40 completions and just make plays. That was awesome. Yes, Dwarf, I was on the Chargers last night, and Subbang, let's fucking go. Who did it? Show yourself.
Show yourself.
Let me know who did it. Okay? And yeah, that whole social media QB comment, I need you to explain that because I wasn't hip to that, but Did Emmanuel Acho chirp him on his show? What did he say?
It was a Tua Herbert debate. He said Tua is miles better, went on this whole long rant, and then we see what happened yesterday, which I don't want to take any credit away from Justin Herbert because he was really, really good, but that Dolphins defense also really, really bad. So I will say that.
Yeah, but he was making some throws where I was like, holy shit.
100%.
Like
he was really, really good. No taking away from that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the Dolphins
definitely helped the Dolphins to not look sharp at all.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that to, like, say the gap's a little closer than people think or that Tua was playing a great defense or anything. No, but.
I will say, I mean, Tua looked like shit, but he did use his legs again for the first time in a month, which I think is big for him because, I mean, rightfully so. I think he's been a little scared to run a little bit after getting absolutely punished a couple weeks in a row. So that was a good sign for them. Holy fuck, not an earthquake. I just banged my knee against my desk really hard. Yeah. I wanted to show you this tweet, though. This is kind of funny. Let's see how fast my fingers can move on 3 hours of sleep. They don't move that fast. Here it is. Boom. Justin Herbert had more completions tonight than Emmanuel Acho had tackles in his entire NFL career. So that guy can literally suck one. I'd be saying the same thing if I was the one chirping him and this dude made this tweet and subbed my name in for Emmanuel Acho. Not saying I'm on that dude's level at all, but like just saying I would 100% deserve this chirp and I would eat the shit out of it. And you just go about your day. Like Emmanuel, I don't think anyone else is down bad as much as Emmanuel Acho right now. He's cooked.
No,
he's cooked.
Anybody got a pulse track on him?
I haven't heard anything from him or saw anything on his Twitter. Have you?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything, so I'm wondering.
Okay. What else this weekend? Navy lost in one of the craziest games ever. Yeah. Guys, if you're not hip to America's game or you're not hip to the Army Navy game, or didn't watch it, Javon, I pulled up probably 10 minutes before kick, as always, showing up, right before I start with voice crack. And that place did not have a fucking seat open.
Oh yeah.
In that stadium besides, my seat. So that was fucking nuts. I mean, it's all military people, so they all show up on time, right? And that's a big game for them. But that was fucking awesome. And yeah, Hoop Runs, I fucking thought he was down too. How about that? And I was drunk and could barely move, and I'm extremely biased. So take that with a grain of salt. But Javon, you think he was down?
I don't think so.
You don't think he was down?
I don't think he was even remotely close. I don't know. I saw it. Okay. I saw the replay. I mean, it was in like a giant pile of like 7, 8 guys, and the ball was out. You couldn't really see it, but I didn't think he was anywhere near down.
Well, they fired their coach. And also, I want to address this. Yes, I'm sorry. That's why I swept yesterday, because I posted my plays literally as games were getting kicked off. That's on me. Traveling around, doing too much. Not going to happen again. My fault. Not making excuses. My fault for not posting plays earlier. Next week, they'll be out nice and early. Okay? Got you. Anyways, what the fuck were we talking about again?
Just the Army Navy game.
Sure. Yeah, they fired their coach. From what I've heard from that program, from the players, that was long overdue. I'm trying to word this in a respectful way because Ken Niumatalolo deserves respect. That guy had Navy ranked for years. That guy beat Notre Dame a time or two, right? That's impressive as shit. And they went on a streak where they beat Army like 13 consecutive years. So that he deserves the respect. But I think it's just kind of like been meh the last like 5 years. And it's time for a change. It's time for a change. So they're making the change. But I think if they win that game, he probably doesn't get canned, by the way.
Probably not.
Am I going to the Manders game? Does the Tin Man have a sheet metal cock? Yeah, I'm going to the fucking Manders game on Sunday. Give me a break. Why would you even ask that? Disrespect.
It's big time.
Sorry, Ant. That was me. Yes, I'm going. I'll be there. Okay. Why did they not throw the ball? Because they suck. That's why. If you can throw a football, and you're good enough to play at D1, unfortunately, you're not going to the academies. Especially not with the NIL. I will say that's probably the biggest downside of the NIL, I'm extremely biased because I grew up rooting for Navy and I fucking love that team, whatever. And I probably care more about, that stuff than the average bear. But yeah, I think that game was absolutely incredible too. And the over was never in doubt as well.
No, never sweat.
Never in doubt.
Yeah.
I've also never seen people more upset about a lost bet ever in my entire life with that under. Like, I get it. It's bad beats. That's a bad beat, 100%. But like, people were acting like that was the worst loss ever recorded in history. Like an unders never lost in overtime ever.
Yeah.
That was the first overtime ever in an Army Navy game, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, first, there's never been an overtime. The under hasn't hit since I've pretty much been alive. So I mean, take the under. Expect some weird shit to happen.
Yeah. And with how low scoring the games are, it was so due for an overtime, right? Where the numbers just sync up. Think about it. Like, the more high scoring a game is, at least in my opinion, could be wrong, but the more high scoring a game is, the better chance that it's a wider margin of score between the two teams, and probably not going to be overtime. But
yeah,
in low scoring games like that, I feel like overtime would happen more often. I don't know. I
would think
Navy losing was arguably a worse beat than the under. Yeah, that blew. I had way more money on that. Not gonna lie. Hashtag transparency. Had Army 8.5 and under 39 teaser. Can't believe that hit. Zach, good bet, but never forget teasers are just parlays. Okay, never forget that. Okay, Hey, I fire off a couple teasers a year. There's a time and a place, whatever. The easiest, freest teaser of the weekend was the Vikings plus 8.5. That shit didn't hit them, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's free.
Okay. How about the Tennessee Vols throwing that game last night? They don't know how to close. That was the weirdest game ever. I was up in that bitch, boots on grounds. First of all, shout out the Hokies. Are the Hokies ranked? Has the poll come out yet?
I think it did. I didn't see.
Oh my God. The fact that nobody's told me they're ranked yet probably means they aren't. Purdue is number 1, deservingly so. Let's go. We are ranked. 24. Sure. Come on. Yes. And you know who else is close to being ranked and second highest receiving votes?
Who would that
Charleston.
be?
Charleston Wag. Charleston Wag is getting there. Although Memphis is now first team receiving votes, first team out, which makes sense.
Yeah.
That should have been a POD.
That
should have been a POD.
Great game. Shout out Memphis.
Yeah, we cleaned up in CBB on Saturday, and then cleaned up in NFL on Sunday. That was dope. We had a good weekend.
It's the way to do it.
We had a good weekend.
Yeah. I mean, while you're there, I guess you might not be on your laptop. You can pull up 8 people and.
Yeah, you want me to real quick? Let's go through it quicker than we did last time, but I'm down.
Yeah, for sure.
These fucking ads are so annoying, dude. Fucking corp ass ads. Hold on. Hold your horses.
Don't sleep on them Badgers. We know. They're all right.
Bro, I want to finish that thought about Tennessee. That team forgot how to play basketball for the whole second half, and Vescovi couldn't hit the side of a barn. I mean, he's come back from an injury, but holy fuck, dude. They were up by 30. Oh, my God, Corp. Okay. Fuck these books. Don't look at them. Don't use them. Okay. Purdue moves to number 1. Shocker. They deserve it. UVA number 2. They deserve it too. UConn number 3. Would you have put UConn at number 2? Would you put UConn at number 1?
No.
Would you put them at number 2?
Yeah, I'm cool with them at 3.
I think Tony Bennett and UVA deserves the respect of being number 2.
Yeah, I think they've been a little more tested too. I'm cool.
They've got 2 really fucking good wins. Yeah. I think UConn only has 1. And then Bama. How about Bama coming back and beating Houston this weekend? Trouble in paradise. Trouble in Houston. I don't know if anyone's ever called Houston paradise, but Houston's in trouble. Houston, we have a problem. There we go. There's my brain making a good joke. Houston, we have a problem. What's good with them? Did you watch the game? I didn't get the chance to watch it. All I know is that they folded like a Dollar Tree lawn chair and melted away like a 20-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's their offense.
They forget how to fucking score, dude.
Yeah, they do.
It's like Tennessee. That's the issue with Tennessee too.
Yeah, and the problem with, Houston, like they play a little slower. Like they kind of like to work most of the clock depending on the possession. But like, first of all, like credit to Bama's defense. They're great. They have been great. but I mean, they're just settling for a lot of bad shots. I would say Houston is, which is like that's why Marcus Sasser 2 for 11. That's not going to work. Jamal Shed, Jamal Shed put up 19, but 8 for 20. I mean, there's not efficient. It's like there's a lot of bad shots. They can't really score. They can't really shoot consistently. So it's going to be a problem.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Same with Tennessee. Tennessee also just forgets how to score. Ziegler is awesome, but that guy's like 5'5". Like, what the fuck can that kid do? He hit a bunch of clutch threes. Yeah. That's about it, man. Like, he gets to the rack and makes some really good plays. He's fucking awesome. Vescovi, man, step the fuck up, dude. University of Maryland almost just came back and beat you. Also, that was like a Maryland home game up there, and that sucked too. Because I found Look, I grew up in Maryland, and I always say fuck Maryland, and I always say I root against them because a bunch of my buddies went there, and we always talk shit, right? But I do have a soft spot in my heart for that team and that program, and I think that's a really fucking awesome basketball program that needs to come back to life, and I think college basketball is just a better place when Maryland is good. And they also have one of the best chants in all of college basketball where they go, let's go, Maryland. Let's go, Maryland. And it's absolutely electric. So I had to hear that all last night, trying to fall asleep, and just heard it on repeat in my brain from hearing it at the game as Tennessee blew a 25-point lead.
Yep.
So it is what it is. How's the quality of CBB gone down a lot since prime Kentucky days? No, I think it's actually gone up. I would say, especially with NIL now, people aren't going to be skipping to go to the G League to make $250K. They're going to go to college basketball, and they're going to be on national TV, and they're going to make $500K. So that's kind of what I think. I know the corp ads. I know. Jesus.
Nothing we can do.
Well, what the fuck's going on with Texas?
Yeah. I mean,
ooh, this is good. I might be able to get my girl something from this. Maybe I can use this app for Christmas. This might be good.
It could be. You could laying it out for you. But I mean, Texas is, I don't know. They started to show a little bit of Texas of like what they have done in the Illinois game. That was a pretty piss poor effort down the stretch. But Pixel Dress is right. It's a lot of ISO ball, which is not going to work in some of these games. So they'll be inconsistent. It is what it is. And especially with all the Chris Beard stuff going on now, how that team is going to respond from that, God knows. So we'll see.
Okay. Let's see. Let's make this less corp, if that's possible.
Less.
Chaco, I have a girlfriend, dude. And it's Christmas time, brother. Come on now. All right, here we go. Bang. Okay. Anything else? How about these middle teams? I think Maryland moving up is I guess okay after a loss. I mean, they showed so much heart yesterday. Fuck them. Anything else weird here? Are you any teams you think are getting disrespected, or any teams respected a little too much?
I mean, I would say I like Auburn. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of, this is the reason why I really like Memphis in this game, is because they were away from Auburn, which is going to be a problem. They've done that this year. They've done that past years. They can't really play on the road or a neutral site or whatever. Yes, these are old rankings they're pointing out in the chat, but
are you serious?
Similar things. Minus that.
Wow, it is. Bro, I told you, my brain is like not even functional right now. I woke up at 6 and went to bed at like 3 to drive back down here. So that's on me.
Yeah. Sorry, we can stay corp. We can stay corp. But yeah,
continue.
That's the one problem that I think there is with Auburn. That they can't play on the road and they can't play away from home. And a couple of these games, like I'll be keeping a real close eye. I think they go to Washington, not this week, but the next week. I'll be keeping a pretty close eye on that one, kind of heading into play. But I'm worried about them a little bit.
Yeah, I think deservingly so, brother. I think deservingly so. I mean, I don't even know how to get this ad out of here.
Just decline it.
Okay.
There we go.
Right, can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're back. Gonzaga still being ranked. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they did have a pretty big win, so
they did.
A nice little cover too. How about the Hokies deserve to be ranked? They do.
They should.
They do. They're 10-1. Look at the disrespect, man. I mean, I guess I get it, but shit, man, that's a pretty damn good record. I will say I'm pretty fucking happy. You know who's so underrated, man, is Mike Young, our coach. He's unbelievable. After Buzz Williams left, I don't know if you know this because you're even younger than me. Like VT's basketball program has always been a fucking joke. Always been a joke. Yeah. Especially when Seth Greenberg was there. He was the worst fucking coach ever. Decent, analyst, but he's fine on TV, but he was terrible. Buzz Williams came in, changed everything. Shout out Buzz. I'll shit on Buzz for leaving, but he's the GOAT. He changed everything. And when Mike Young comes in, I'm like, we're so fucked, man. This guy from Wofford coming in. He's a really good coach. He's a great leader of men. He's a good-ass dude, and he's bringing in great recruits. So shout out our guy Mike Young. There's my VT talk for the day. All right?
Yeah.
And then we got Miami, that's literally the corp team of the year. That's the richest locker room in college basketball. They're finally here too. So 10-1 as well. You can tell the ACC is getting disrespected early on. I mean, I will say I don't think the ACC has played as tough of an out of conference schedule as a lot of these other conferences to start the season. So that's fair. I'm cool with it. We will show our dominance. We will assert our dominance come tournament time like we always do. It's true. VT should stay a consistent force for a long time with that coach. Reminds me of Guard at Wisconsin, doing the most with the talent. Yeah, he's really good, man. He's really good. I like him. Any other comments from these teams towards the bottom here?
I think the Big Ten.
TCU.
Yeah, I mean
TCU.
Yeah, talk about TCU. They figured out how to score a little bit.
Fuck TCU. They also don't know how to close.
Yeah, they don't either. That was really weird.
Did you watch that game? Did you listen to that game? You were at the game.
I was at the game. Yeah.
Okay.
Super weird.
The commentators had a really good point. At the end of the game, they're like, "What have we learned about these two teams?" And SMU, they're like, "Well, SMU has just a bunch of fucking transfers, and they don't know who the fuck to use or how to work with all them. And they've got some talented guys, but they just have zero mesh, right? Negative. But they showed an incredible amount of heart and tried way harder in that game, especially in the second half. TCU looked lazy and slow. Not gonna kid. Not gonna lie. Look, they knew they were gonna win the game, but fuck that, dude. That's not a winning. That's not how you win games in March, by playing like that right now. But their comment about TCU was, with all the injuries they've had, before the season / at the start of the season, with their guys starting to come back, right? They're kind of still getting their feet under them too. And they have an incredible amount of talent. That's the first TCU game I've watched this season, Javon. Plenty of talent, dude. Plenty of talent. Yeah. They just got to figure out, what they do. What's their identity? Who's playing the minutes? Who's starting? Who's the guy? Who's closing the game out? Who wants the ball in their hand to end the game?
Well, I know that. I know that.
Yeah, that's your point guard who's nasty, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No debate about that. It's just
Ball, right? Damian Ball?
No, Mike Miles.
Who the fuck's Damian Ball?
Well, he's the other guard who's he's the one who was out for the first 6-ish games, 6-7 games. Yes. So having him back, and he's been back for I think 2-3 games now. Mm-hmm. That's been a big deal. But I mean, other than those two, and then I guess our backup point guard Shada Wells, nobody else can really shoot. I guess Chuck O'Bannon can kind of be in that too, but they'll figure it out. I'm really interested to see. They're going to Utah next week. I think next Tuesday or Wednesday. That's going to be huge. That game might have 105 points in it, something like that. That's going to be a real test. See if they can score against that defense. But
okay.
I'm excited for them. As far as the bottom of these rankings, I think the Big Ten is super overrated.
Okay.
To be honest with you. I'm Wisconsin. I don't want to say they're the worst of the bunch, but they're going to find a way to win games. It's just I haven't been too impressed with how they've done it. Because, they're pretty much relying on a Tyler Wall masterclass every time they go on the court. And he's a small playing big. So, that's going to work in the Big Ten against a lot of these teams, but I just don't see it working anywhere past that. Same with Ohio State. Can't say I've been too impressed with them, but they're finding ways to win games, I guess, so credit to them. But I think some of those teams are going to begin to fall off a little after that.
Why the fuck is Mississippi Valley State getting votes?
Yeah.
Somebody in chat just pointed that out.
That's got to be weird.
What is going on with that? How?
What is that?
They're the worst. They're one of the worst teams in D1.
That is no. What is going on with that?
Who did this?
Who did it? Who? What are we doing?
Zelox, was it you? Did you do this?
Yeah, it was
okay. Yeah, Chris Beards, that situation's fucking weird. Fuck that guy. He's a dick and weird shit. But, and we'll talk about that game in a little bit, kind of want to buy the bad news and take him today.
Yeah.
Kind of want to buy the bad news and take him today. And we'll dive into some of those games. But somebody asked what I thought of the Barclays Center. It was okay. It was really, really dark in there. Really dark in there. Which, I mean, it's fine, whatever. I was pretty boozed up, so it didn't really matter. But it was weird. It's a weird arena. MSG blows the doors off it. It's not even comparable. But it was fun, and it was clean and nice. So it was good.
Yeah.
And the Hokies winning definitely helped. Okay. They probably meant Mississippi State.
They probably did, but
I think you guys are right.
It's funny that four of them made that same mistake. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that is weird. That's just, I mean, those people should get their voting privileges revoked. Straight up. Krabs, pull up to Indy this weekend. Watch Foster Lawyer get schooled by his younger brother, Fletcher.
Ooh.
Where does Fletcher Lawyer go?
Ooh.
Where does Fletcher Lawyer go?
Purdue.
Purdue?
Yeah.
Is he really good?
I mean, he's very solid, yeah.
Does he start for them?
He's not Foster level.
Does he start for them?
Does he? I'm pretty sure he starts, yeah.
Is he also like 5'2", 5'3"?
6'4". He's a guard.
Wow. So it looks like he got the tall jeans.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, he's averaging 13 a game.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, he's a true freshman. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
How many sneak units I have on VT? 0. I genuinely thought we were going to lose.
Yeah.
I told people to take OK State. I did. Sorry, DeGen. That's all me, brother. But that's what you get for leaving at halftime in the Tennessee game and mushing my bet. We're even. God damn it. Anyways, I'm back in Virginia, so bets will be placed on the legal sports book. So go follow me on Pickett if you haven't already at Krabs, and see what I'm betting today. All right. Yes, DeGen, it was always the first half. I get it. DeGen's also on Pickett now too. We're all getting on Pickett, so that's good. It's good to have transparency and see how many units you're actually up. That way you're not living on the streets. Okay, so download Pickett, promo code Bookit, grow up and use it. Okay, have accountability. He loves Pickett. How about that? Sure. All right, you want to talk about NFL? You want to talk about Monday Night Football?
Let's do it.
Okay. You like the Pats?
I do.
Okay. What do you like about them?
I mean, this Cardinals team with Kyler Murray, I just can't trust them right now. I don't like anything I've seen from their offense. I think they're still a team that is very out of sync. And when you go in a matchup, like I guess it would be the side that makes a little more sense when you're talking about backing kind of the Belichick narrative. But this team is just super out of whack, and they have no like chemistry on offense. I think when you watch their offense, you see Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury are never on the same page. They haven't been on the same page for probably 2 years now.
They literally hate each other. Like how is one of them not? Who keeps letting them do this still? Like they fucking hate each other. You can just tell by watching them yell at each other on the field.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I hate backing kind of the Belichick narrative, but Belichick against a team like that's just not going to work, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's very interesting with all the injuries that the Patriots have, whether it's Damian Harris, Jacoby Myers, that they went 1.5 to 2.5 this morning, which is super interesting. And the tickets are pretty split last I checked. So,
yeah. I was telling Jen, like I'm not saying I was going to bet the Cardinals, but I was definitely kind of leaning that way yesterday when I was looking at the line initially. But after the move, especially after those injuries you were just talking about, like, what?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make much sense at all.
And it's also Monday, which makes me want to take the favorite here too. It's Public Monday. Although I think the Cardinals might be a little bit of a public dog. I think they might be.
A little bit.
Depends where you look.
Yeah.
Depends where you look. What did it say on Pickett? Did you look? Have you looked there? Can you pull it up?
Well, it's kind of both ways because I believe I saw the Patriots getting more of the money line money, but Cardinals were getting pretty lopsided on the spread. So it's kind of split. It's kind of
Okay.
representing the same stuff that the actual splits, if you look on decent or.
Yeah. And with spreads, less than 3, I feel like we should be looking at the ML more, which you said on Pickett, you're seeing more on the Patriots ML?
Yeah, I think it was, I'm loading it up now, but I think it was less lopsided than like the spread tickets were. Or actually, no, it's flipped now. It's pretty split, but 52% Cardinals, and then the spread bets and money are 70-80% Cardinals. So
okay,
it's interesting.
Good. Public dogs bite. Public dogs bite. Also, scale of 1 to 10, how much of a pussy am I to tell every human being I know on earth, why is Brock Purdy minus 3.5 to Tom Brady? We have to take the 49ers. And then I didn't even fucking do it.
It's unreal.
10.
I took the 49ers. I told
answer's 10.
We were talking about it the start of this week. There's no price that you could tell me, with no number, no line, no whatever, to put my money on Tom Brady as an underdog against Brock Purdy, which I would have loved if I didn't give half of those units back on the under. It's another conversation, but
remember the rule. Not a rule and set in stone, but you know what happens when you place 2 bets on a game. It's 1-1.
Yeah,
that's just how it goes.
Yeah, it is what it is. I was a little nervous too because I kind of liked the under in that Ravens game, but I was really holding out that it went over because it was one of those 2 low totals. I figured that one of them would go over, one of them didn't. So I really would have loved that. And yeah, fading the Niners this week, I don't know. I would be too confident looking at that yet. So I don't even know if Brock Purdy's going to play now.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say Brock Purdy's getting an X-ray done today. I think he's kind of banged up. And I think he had some crazy adrenaline going as the crowd chanted his name. 80,000 people chanted his name because he had an absolute legacy performance. You know who he plays like? Taylor Heineke.
Yeah, a little bit.
Taylor Heineke. Makes plays, runs around with like a chicken with his head cut off, and every once in a while just throws an absolute dime out of nowhere. He threw a fucking dime to the end zone. I think it was it Ayuk in the left side of the end zone, right in the front of the end zone?
Make your pick. It was Ayuk, it was McCaffrey, it was whatever.
Everybody was eating. And also apparently Debo's okay, which
that's good for them.
I thought about coming on here and roasting him for being a bitch, but I'm not going to because he plays football and gets beat up by 300-pound dudes, right? So I'll give him a pass, but why did he act like someone just sawed off his leg like he was in the movie Saw? I don't know. He twisted his ankle. Anyways, good that he's healthy. Good for my future. Don't let the 49ers get hot.
Don't let them.
Yep. And shout out Javon for texting in the group chat with me and DeGen the other day saying, grab 49ers futures kicked. And great. Now I just reverse jinxed it. Fuck.
Yeah, now you did it yourself. That was really gonna be kicked.
Big gummit. Okay. Well, Pats, are you taking ML? Are you taking the juice? You're not fearing it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking it additionally because do have little coins riding the surgical 6, but that's that's the side I'll be on. I mean, I help construct it, so I feel like when I help construct it, I got to put the coins on it.
Yes.
But
you think there's a correlation between you helping and it hitting?
I mean, maybe. Could be.
Doesn't hurt.
But
it's
still got one more.
Job's not done. Job's not finished. Okay. But that does make me very happy when I hear you say that, because 6 months ago, trying to convince Trent to bet on anything that was not, the favorite or what made sense, it was like trying to rip my eyeballs out. So he's done a great fucking job of trusting his goats when he needs to trust them, but also trusting his gut and making the final call on the play. So Trent, let's finish the goddamn job tonight. If you're watching this, he's probably still in REM sleep.
You know what the weird part about this is? He actually, I didn't recommend that at all. That was
he likes Herbert. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, he likes them. I even told him, I was like, you know what? I think the Chargers, that would be the side I was on, but just know what you're getting into. And he was like,
wow. So you almost kind of tried to talk him out of it?
I didn't try to talk him out of it. I was just saying, just when it comes down to that, if you get to that point, just know what you're getting into.
You might get fired as a consultant.
Hey, I might be. But
they might have to bring Wiley back.
He did have the crucial question of Niners or Titans. I told them Niners all day. I'm taking Jags with the points. They
Good
smoked
shit.
them. Shout
Good
out
shit.
legacy performance from Trevor Lawrence. That was huge.
Yeah.
But let's get to one more.
Yes.
Job's
not finished.
Yeah, kind of not transitioning, but kind of transitioning. Prize Picks board. They took off Mac Jones' interception, which I like because there's no odds reason for it to be taken off. Like usually.
So what do you think people were betting on? Do you think they're betting on yes or no?
I don't know, but it doesn't make much sense. I mean, it's juiced to the under, which not too often it is. Which I guess that can be a product of the Cardinals defense or whatever it may be, but it's sitting like minus 120 to the under, and they took it off. Usually when you see an interception prop get taken off, it's because it gets too juiced to either side. So now that I've seen that get taken off, that's it's making me like it a little more. I'm not going to lie to you.
Interesting. Okay. Hasn't thrown one in weeks. Time to take over. I don't hate your thought process, Coin Thieves. I don't hate it.
Yeah, well, that's why
I don't hate it.
Not up. If he hasn't thrown one in weeks.
Yeah, that's interesting. Also, I would love to hit a Prize Picks today because I feel like we've all been so fucking cold on the Prize Picks. I don't know about you, but
yeah,
like generally the squad's been pretty cold. I think it's 2 pieces. I think it's only 2 pieces this week from the boy.
That's what I've started doing. Been doing a little better.
I think we're going to be firing off 2 pieces. Okay. All right. Well, you like any props in this game? / is anything weird on Prize Picks that you're saying?
I figure we're going to hear a lot of Ramondre Stevenson today, and I think that's probably the square, I guess, prop, the don't overthink it prop that's going to hit in some form of fashion.
His rushing yards?
I think everything. And I would be compelled to go because like his receiving yards last week, that was like the most court prop I think I've seen in a primetime game. And
he's been hitting that.
Yeah, he's been hitting that. The problem is it just burned everybody last week because they were thinking about kind of the same scenario, and now they don't have anybody. So like that might be a side that I would go to. The numbers are higher for good reason, so I don't mind that side of it. But I really just think he's going to hit everything. And I mean, he's minus 170 on FanDuel to score a touchdown.
And he's up. Is he up on PP?
He's up for a rushing touchdown.
No.
Yeah, which don't love that or hate it.
So he's. Well, he's a red out. He's a red out goblin.
He is because he usually scores receiving touchdowns. That's what a lot of it's been banned from.
Damn. So you're saying you got to cancel it out because you wanted to take him because he hasn't scored in a while, but also you think that they're putting this up as bait. He's probably going to just catch another touchdown.
No, I don't know. I don't know if it's bait. It's just like with him, I don't particularly care to limit myself of how he scores. I think he can do it both ways, and he'll have the chance to do it both ways. But yeah, I just think his usage is going to be super high. That's why it's like kind of the make sense thing of the day. Like he's just going to get the ball a bunch of times. That's going to be how they're going to win this game. And this scares me a ton.
Oh, hold on, I'm taking notes. So I need to pull it back up. FanDuel Boost, great, awesome, sweet.
It scares me a ton, but it's also the other side of it is Kyler Murray passing yards is boosted.
No.
That's good. That's good.
No, it's not because I was literally just about to say I want to take his overpassing yards.
Oh, because it's pretty red.
Yeah, it's red as shit.
Yeah. Well,
it's redder than my fucking face.
There's been a lot of passing yards boosts that some of them have just been 2 quarterbacks like yesterday. I mean, shout out the 5,000 Herbert and Tua boosts that were out there, and Tua did what he did. But
sure,
a lot of the passing yard boosts have not been hitting, and his is for 200 in that game.
People are saying Kyler boost is on every book too. Is that true?
Yeah.
Are you seeing it on a lot of books? Well,
yeah.
Fuck me.
So I mean, again, good for the Patriots, but it's making me think that's where that fails.
Ooh. Right is wrong. Was that DeGen's favorite prop today before we constructed that SGP? Let me know.
D-Hop.
Because we can take some D-Hop unders today.
And
I'd be in.
I remember that.
Let's see. Never forget Matt Ryan, 200 yards boost. He had 199. That's fucked.
Just a little bit.
That's fucked.
They did just load up. They did just load up Kendrick Bourne.
I know.
I like that. I did want to look at some of these receivers.
Like Jonnu.
I like Jonnu. I'm not gonna act like I've tried to predict like the Jonnu game or whatever a couple times, and I'm not successful at it, so I'm just going to stop trying. Whether it's taking his prop or taking him on or picking him up on fantasy at his stardom, because I was having some tight end injuries, but could be the game. Could be the game.
Kyler isn't up for first half passing yards. Never seen a QB not up for that. Bet Beast, this is the kind of comments that I want to fucking see. I appreciate your hard work and your intelligence. That's interesting. Javon, does that make you think anyway?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen that, nor do I really.
I've never even looked
at
the
first too hard to first half lines. So I mean, I don't know. I really don't. Connor went down 2 yards with all the money on his over rushing. Interesting.
No, all the money's on his under rushing.
It's on his under.
At least from our guy John Ewing. Mamba, let me know where you saw that though, because you could be seeing that from another source, from a different book. Because remember, guys, one book could have fucking 90% of bets on this, and then another book could have 90% of bets on that. The opposing side in the this versus that game. Okay, so you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Okay, very confused as to why everyone's on the Pats. This offense can't score. Awesome. That makes me want to take them even more. Thank you, JFK. Appreciate it. Pats have a really good rush defense. Sure. That's probably why everyone's taking his unders. Couple props that stuck out to me. I want to pick your brain on. Kyler Murray interception under I like. He's thrown one in 3 of his last 5, I think. And yes, including throwing 2 a couple weeks ago. So he's thrown one in 3 of his last 5. I think them putting that one up. I don't think people would be taking his under against a nasty Patriots defense, right? I feel like the over pick might be a little bit of bait here. But at the end of the day, I'm probably going to be on the Patriots and the under potentially, maybe one of those two. So it kind of goes against the game script I'm thinking. But you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I think regardless of how the game turns out against I think they'll struggle to move the ball at some point in the game, which with Kyler Murray, whenever you see that happen, if he's not running the ball or able to run the ball, which he should be, because that's kind of the Patriots, one of their struggle points, forces the ball a lot. And against a secondary that's going to kind of give them the windows to do that, I'd be a little worried.
Should we target Kyler Murray rushing prop?
I wouldn't be mad at that.
It's 36.5.
Yeah, it's a little low. That's what worries me.
I'm out.
Yeah, because everybody knows that. I've seen it a million times today that the Patriots struggle against rushing quarterbacks, which is 100% true. And this is a little lower of a line than we've seen.
Okay. Crab with the Joe Publix tonight. Danny, is he on the Pats? God fucking damn it. I mean, I know whatever I bet on tonight, it's not going to fucking hit because I went undefeated yesterday. You guys know that's how it fucking works. You know that's how it works. It's not even my fault. So should probably do the world a service and take a bet, and then you guys all take the opposite tonight.
Hunter Henry is one of everybody's favorites too.
Hunter Henry is one of everyone's favorites. Yeah, that's making me want to take our guy Johnny Smith one last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, ASIM should be a pretty safe late piece, brother. Or tease pace. Sure. Teasers are just parlays. They're just pretty parlays. Never forget. Never forget. Okay? Could still hit, and there's times to take them, and long teasers are profitable long term if you pick your spots. Johnny to lead the game in receiving yards, plus 5,000. Sure.
That'd be a sick play.
Murray rush yards just went up in your face, Delta boy. What the fuck? You saw it happen right in front of you, brother? Shit. 35 to 36.5. Beat. Okay. That might be on the books, though.
Could be.
That's probably on. He's probably seen that move on the books. I think it's been at 36.5 on PP, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. What about? Well, you already shit on the Murray passing yards prop, so I guess I'll go fuck myself with that. What about D-Hop unders? What about D-Hop unders? Huh?
Not against it. Not against it.
What about Hollywood Brown over?
I mean, one of them's got to do it, to be completely honest with you, at the least. I don't know. I don't have a good read on the way those two guys will perform against this defense, to be real with you. So I'm kind of steering away from that a little bit. I'm steering a lot of the Cardinals' skill position players other than Kyler, just in general, this game. So I hate it.
Okay.
Hate everything about it.
Okay.
But they do have something that I'm keeping an eye on because they put up these little target props. They put them at the beginning of the season for some of these games, then they stopped for a while, and now they're back. And I forget who it was the other week. I think it was Tutu Atwell in that game, right? That we were looking at.
Yes, we should have taken that for Bozos.
Yeah, I mean, we took his yards, right? It was kind of what gave the green light.
I didn't have taken it. That's what I'm saying. I'm about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm an
it's
idiot.
kind of what that kind of gave us the green light to take it in a spot like that. Which I know a lot of it has to do with the guys that they have out and everything. So the usage is going to be much different. But Devontae Parker is strangely the only one other than Henry that they have up. Which I think a little odd. They're just putting him up and not the rest of the wide receivers. It's interesting.
Okay. That is a little weird. The heck? D-Hop Green out, first half fantasy. Time to go under crabs. Coin Thieves, are you a first half sharp?
First half? Yeah.
Is he first half sharp? Let me know. So, okay, if they're not putting up Kyler Murray in the first half and D-Hop is greened out for his fantasy score over in the first half, what does that tell you? Anything?
I mean, again, I'm not like particularly tapped into the first half and what it has to do with the game because I don't look at those as much as just regular props. But I would probably say a little Pats first half. I don't know.
Okay. Interesting. Might just keep it simple and go Pats. Although I am seeing a couple -2s. I'm seeing a couple -2s. I don't know if those were always there. I haven't been watching the line like a hawk. Have you or not?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of them are moving up from 1.5, so they're on their way.
Okay. Good. All right. CBB?
Yeah.
Wow, today's games suck.
Awful.
Can I interest you?
We're going to see that for the whole week, pretty much, until the weekend, because it's finals week.
Yeah, I'm hip. God, and everyone always says don't bet college basketball during finals week, but what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, don't really have a choice.
Yeah. A really shitty team I was thinking about giving a look to today was Lafayette -7.5 with a low total like that against a terrible Columbia team that does have a better record. I did want to check the splits, and I'm really trying not to bet on these ball sack states, these dick butt states, because they just haven't been hitting in the beginning of the season. It's been like the, real teams, like why is X team favored? The real, like, why was Iowa favored the other night, right? Like shit like that's been cashing in prime times. But the dick butt states really have not, unfortunately. But
fade the Ivy League schools on finals week. It's probably a legitimate point.
Honestly,
it's not a bad idea.
That's what I'm saying. Let's fucking take Lafayette.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. For sure.
Half this Columbia team is probably going to be a fucking bunch of doctors, right? Like, every school has hard finals, not just Ivies. Chaco, I'll tell you what, I didn't study for a single final in my life, and I'm sure those kids did. Okay, it's a little different. All right. Maybe you have better study habits than me, Chaco, and you know what? I can pretty much guarantee you do. It'd be impossible not to.
It is maybe.
All right. What about the game of the day, Liberty versus Oral Roberts?
You know what I'm taking? Taking Max Abmas under 3s.
What the? Why?
Yeah. I mean, this is like for Prize Picks 3s, it's kind of the equivalent of fading like the -220 average line in hockey and going with the +1.5. Whenever I see a 3 flat line, I take the under because those have not been hitting. And Max Abmas specifically, the couple times he's been listed, which is very few and far in between for 3s, he's gone under 2.
Okay.
And with this line moving towards Liberty, I'm not expecting this game to be like 52-50 or anything. But if they're going to come out and win this game, I know I've seen some people in the chat liking Liberty, which I don't disagree. They're going to play a little slower, which Max Abmas, when he does take 3s, which he takes a lot of them, it's a lot of them in transition. So don't know if they're going to allow him that luxury today. So I'm cool with to go in the under 3s.
Well, it looks like our young sharps in training and in chat are buzzing about Fairfield today against Yale.
Seen that.
Look, that's what my attempting to be sharp brain told me when I looked at these lines last night as well, and I liked that it moved from +6 to +5.5, right? And Fairfield does have some new energy with that program. They have a brand new arena, and I think they've had decent success there at home so far this year. Let me confirm that. Yeah, they're undefeated at home this season, which I don't love, but Yale has been incredible against the spreads. Yale has overperformed, but and you know what? This line is fucking weird a little bit. I mean, Yale is coming off of only losing by 10 to Kentucky's. Fairfield's sitting at 4-6. The line's weird, but I don't. Again, like I've talked about, I don't know if I'm ready to start deploying on these dick butt states again with weird lines, just because they haven't been hitting. But let me look at the splits.
In splits are decent. I mean, it's no lopsided money or anything as far as like higher tickets, lower dollars significantly, but I mean, Yale's getting hammered. It's just how it's going to be. I mean, I want to take it too. I don't know if I love it. I kind of rather go with the under. I don't know if it makes too much sense, but both of these teams, I mean, somebody said in chat they're not going to be able to score against Yale, which I don't know if I completely agree with it, but they're going to struggle at times. And this Yale team, they've seen different defenses, I guess, at points in the game, especially like zone. They brought out a zone. Kentucky brought out a zone for points of that game. So I assume that teams going forward are kind of going to do the same, and they struggled. So I think this is a point where it's going to be like Yale puts up points. They have some games that are 70, 80, 70, 70, whatever. Fairfield, whenever they're close in games and or win the games, it's 60, 55. So I think you get more of a Fairfield type game.
The more I look into this game, the more I like Fairfield. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. Okay, what else? I got to go to the bathroom real quick. What else do you like? Talk about your favorite college basketball bet of the day. And I'm hoping it is in the Arizona State Creighton game.
Yeah, I'll take Arizona State.
What do you think about that game?
I'll take Arizona State.
What do you like about it? Talk about
it. Yeah, I mean, this Arizona State team, I'm previously been just very confused on, to be honest with you. I don't know how to value them or haven't in some time, which is why I was on SMU one game, why I was fading them a couple games, on them a couple games. But this Creighton team, I'm just out on, and no, they're not at home. I'm pretty sure it's in Vegas. But this Creighton team, I'm very out on. I think their defense, so many holes in that defense. Part of it, I guess you can talk about Kalkbrenner being out. But I just don't think they have anything defensively to hang with Arizona State. Arizona State's very versatile, and you talk about DJ Horn and the bigs they have. The stretch bigs are super important in that offense. They give them a lot of versatility, which I think is going to be a big problem against Creighton. I really loved what I saw out of a lot of these teams, especially when I went to the game. Saw them against SMU. They're very good. Not in terms of they just put up points, but again, very versatile, very switchable, especially on defense. So I think we get points here. I think Arizona State comes out and they shove them down the throat and an offense, and they put up points. And I like the spread, like that's moving. I think we get a little legacy performance from the Sun Devils.
I like the Sun Devils too.
Yeah,
I like the Sun Devils too. I don't like the Kalkbrenner's out.
Yeah, and I think there's I don't know if it's certain yet, so I'll keep an eye on it, kind of moving, but we'll see. I think that's kind of bad news that I guess I'm willing to buy because I've seen how bad their defense is without Kalkbrenner, because that's what they rely on. I guess that's the crutch that all of their perimeter defenders
God,
use.
He hasn't even been playing good defense this year, though.
No, but he's the crutch. He's the crutch for guys on the inside. Like,
yeah,
you want to play bad perimeter defense like Shireman. I mean, he can't defend a parked car, but he can let people go and run into Kalkbrenner, or at least have some kind of distraction in the paint or whatever. It's just they don't have that. Line is not moving towards Creighton, I'm saying.
You're saying the line is not moving towards Creighton?
Somebody said line moving towards Creighton. It's 4-4 or 4.5 to 4.
They're probably looking at some sites that might not have the most accurate stuff. Yeah, I don't think Kalkbrenner is officially out. He's sick. Day to day.
Yeah, he's got some sickness or whatever, but we'll see. We'll see how it works.
Yeah, we gotta stay posted on that game. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if he ends up playing and then it does end up moving to 4.5, that ain't enough.
Yeah.
Yes, it opened and moved towards them because Kalkbrenner is determined questionable. Then it ticked back.
Okay. Ryan, you don't think he's gonna play in chats?
Hope not.
We'll see. I want to take Texas today.
Yeah.
Am I a piece of shit for doing that?
No.
Thoughts?
Not against it. I mean, first of all, like games like this where it's teams that play almost every year, they demolish Rice every year, realistically.
I will say though, Rice is actually kind of decent this season, and that's what scares me.
They are. I don't know. They can score. They can run fast. Absolutely. They score against teams that are, I guess, less athletic than them, and they just kind of outrun them.
See, This is why I want to take Texas, because now everyone's going to be taking Rice. They're already taking Rice. The public's all over Rice.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to fucking buy bad news. Thoughts on Sacred Heart? I definitely lean Stony Brook, my man. I don't know if I want to bet that Dick Butt State either. Okay. Yeah, I want to take Texas here. Everyone's going to be thinking that same way, my man. Everyone's going to be thinking that same way. Texas is going to absolutely strap them up, I think.
Yeah, they are. And like when I say they run fast, it's literally that's what they do. They literally rim run in transition, and then when they don't, they just jack threes. So it's like, are they going to be able to do that against Texas's defense? God, no. Not that Texas's defense is the greatest of all time or anything, but this isn't Georgia State. This isn't Houston Christian. Like I'm good. I'm good to take them.
Man, I want to bet Arizona State. Yeah,
I just need to keep it.
What is the perfect scenario we want to happen where we can put, some coin on Arizona State tonight? Is it if Kalkbrenner plays and the spread doesn't move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys understand why we're saying that and why we think that way? Because that wouldn't make any sense if that's what happens. And that would make me want to fade Creighton's. So we'll also see if Kalkbrenner does get ruled in before the game. Could 100% see the public absolutely shit New Creighton, right? And that line will probably move in result. It'd be weird if the line doesn't move, hence why I'd be shit nuking Arizona State if it doesn't move. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the game plan.
Already looks like they're a pretty popular parlay piece already.
Should be a safe late pace.
Yeah, 80%. 80% money line.
Should be safe late pace.
Yeah. It is what it is. We'll see.
People are saying public all over ASU right now, question mark. How about no?
It's 50-50.
Yeah, it's split. Yeah.
Although
the ML isn't split.
The ML is certainly not split. Yeah.
ML, we're seeing 65% of bets, 82% of handle on Creighton, which is some fatty bets. That does scare me a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like Texas. I might end up playing them. I like Fairfield. I might end up playing them. Liberty or Roberts. I want to play Darius McGee and Liberty, but he's trendy too. I like the way the line moved from +4.5 to +2.5, but should have grabbed it last night at +4.5 when I was fucking looking at it, but I'm a pussy. Oral Roberts has done their job the last couple games. Liberty, same thing. I know you said you're taking Max Amos under threes. I mean, I'm assuming you'd probably lean Liberty.
I do. Nothing strong. I mean, it's kind of like when I take an under threes, it's not necessarily game script type thing. It's more of like he can get his points. I think he's going to get to the rim more in this game. And it's going to be kind of a slower, less possessions game. Again, we have like a 150 total. So it's statute of limitations on that. But as opposed to how they normally play, Liberty's going to slow them down a little bit. So I think he'll have to get to get inside the paint and drive and kick out a little more than he's used to. But I do think they will cause them some problems, at least early in the game. I wouldn't be like this is opposed. I'm probably not going to take Liberty, but if I were to do it, a first half would probably not be a terrible move.
Okay. Chat, I really do think Kalkbrenner is going to play.
Usually when you see
he does play.
That money line thing too. I mean, a lot of that is people nuking that, potentially have that information. So I've seen that time and time again. So I wouldn't be shocked if that's what it is. So we'll see.
We've got a nice nightcap. Undefeated New Mexico's versus San Francisco. Looks like this one is it in San Fran? Is it neutrals? I want to confirm. I think it's in San Fran. Yeah, it is. Okay. You like anything in this one? San Fran is not the team they once were, but New Mexico is on fucking fire. I really don't want to take them. I think they're a little too hot, but I also don't think I want to jump in front of the moving train. You got thoughts on this game?
Yeah, this is definitely not the game. I'll jump from the moving
Hey,
train.
this game is in Vegas, actually. My bad.
Okay.
This one's after
the Creighton game.
After the Creighton game. Good
Fire.
call, chat. Good call, chat.
That should fire.
Well, that makes the spread a little bit weirder. But I hate the move. I hate the move.
I think it makes it more normal. I mean, give a couple points for neutral site game. So I think it's about where it should be. I'd still roll with the wagon here in New Mexico. Not fading them, certainly.
Yeah.
I think they're a team that's still pretty undervalued. I love everything about their team. I think they've had decent teams, I guess, in years past.
Yeah.
But I think this is the most balanced team they've had in some time. And I think Jamal Mashburn, well, he's kind of a volume type guy at times, maybe like Terrence Shannon-ish. He's getting better and better. So against the San Fran team I don't really believe in, I'd still roll with them.
Okay. I can get behind that too. I think San Fran is still overvalued, and I don't want to fade the undefeated absolute wagon in New Mexico right now yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay. All right. You want to talk about NBA real quick? People were asking about the Hawks. Asking if we've talked about the Hawks yet. Promise you we haven't. I don't like the Hawks. I'll be honest with you. I don't like the NBA. But let's give it a peep for the people, for the culture. Yeah. Okay. Clippers plus 3.5. Nightcap against Celtics at home. Thoughts?
Possibly. I don't want to fade. I want to look for spots to fade Celtics, and against the move is probably not the spot I want to do it in.
Okay.
So I want to be very, very picky. I mean, just NBA in general, I guess, because I don't do too much of it, but especially if we're fading the Celtics. I want to be careful.
That is more than fair. KD's coming to DC tonight. He's probably going to drop 100 points.
Yeah.
That motherfucker. He always does, bro. He always goes. I mean, it helps that our defense is barbecue chicken. And if I wasn't feeling like absolute poo-poo, I'd be at this game. I still might go. But it's going to depend on how I feel later. Probably won't, to be honest with you, but my buddy has a bunch of tickets.
Yeah.
KD always goes off against the Wizards. And I'm not looking to fade that shit because that's personal for him. He grew up in PG County. He likes coming home. His mom comes to the games. His family comes to the games. He likes putting on a show in front of DC. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure earlier this season, the motherfucker had legit 45 points against us. He's awesome. I'm also a Durant guy now. There, I said it. I like him. Fuck it. Fuck the haters. I like his brutal honesty, and he is the Twitter rep of the NBA. He's on Twitter more often than me, and it's kind of my job, which is concerning. And he's just hilarious. He just chirps whoever. He doesn't give a flying fuck. I respect it. But let's see what his points are at. Just out of curiosity, he's at 28.5. That's a little lower than I was expecting, I think. I don't know where they've been putting his points at, but you look at his chart, he's been hitting that. He's been hitting that of late. And the total's coming down. And to be honest with you, Javon, and I'm no NBA savant, although my NBA record is honestly pretty fucking good, which is kind of funny. The total's a little lower than I thought it would be in a Nets and Wizards games, a game where two teams literally can't guard a parked car. Is that total a little low in that game? Speck? Hair? little bit?
Looking back, 'cause I believe they played
Smidge?
earlier this season. I mean, they played earlier this year, and the total was 222.5.
Oh, fuck. Okay. And how many did Durant have that game?
Let's
Do
take
you
a
have the
look.
box? Do you have the box score up?
I can get it up.
Okay.
Let's see real quick. They did win in a blowout though, so that's kind of asterisk because he was definitely not playing the whole game.
Yeah.
Did have 28 though, so he could have
Okay.
gone for quite a few more.
39. Apparently, he put up.
39. No, just put up 39.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm off that then. I'm off that game. Give me the Wiz Kids though. If I had to take something, that looks like the Nets are getting back on track, right? And the Wizards are absolute poo. And the Nets literally own us like we're their children. Give me the Wizards here, especially if Monty Morris is another coach's decision, no play, which I don't know what the fuck is going on with that.
Yeah, who knows?
He's also useless, so it doesn't even matter. Okay, I kind of do lean the Wizards, but I'm extremely biased, and I'm not going to bet them. What about this Heat Pacers game? Any thoughts? That line's moved from -2 to -3 towards Miami on the road against a team with a winning record. Is it time to hop aboard the Miami wagon? Buy low? Buy low?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't
Oh.
know reading this Heat team, to be real with you. They're so inconsistent. Not even just like game to game, but in game. They go on cold stretches every game. But I will say, I mean, coming off of a pretty embarrassing loss and second half performance against the Spurs, it is I guess a little interesting that it's moving towards them. But
Pacers are banged up. People
Yeah,
in chat are
Pacers-
saying, okay.
yeah, I mean the Heat are too. It's just two teams that there's too many things going on both sides for me to get involved.
Enough. That's enough. Enough said. Let's move on to the ice. Let's cut the shit. Okay. Let's cut the shit. We'll stick to CBB today. That NBA card is somehow worse than the CBB slate today. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
And we'll see. Maybe I'll target the Clippers tonight if I'm feeling a little fun. Maybe.
Just maybe. Just-
All right, on the ice, what are you seeing? What do you like? Do you like the Rangers with me? Because I like them.
Maybe.
Come on.
Maybe.
Come on.
I do like because I was looking at that game, right? And again, Devils are a team I hate to fade, especially when I just faded them and faded them successfully their last game.
Oh.
But this exact situation happened a couple weeks ago. I think it was the week after Thanksgiving, where there's a short line. I think the Rangers actually ended up slightly favored in that game in the end. But the Devils, a lot of people took the Devils at the short price, underdog price, and they won that game. So it's kind of a similar line that just happened, and now we're seeing the same exact thing. So I'm not against it. But will I get involved after fading the Devils just last game? Probably not, but certainly the side I would lean.
Okay. How about the Sens being a fatty favorite today?
Well, you know what the problem is?
What?
I mean, first of all, they're a big favorite because the Ducks are just horrendous, but they're also -220.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty heavy for
They
the
are,
Senators.
When it's -220, you know where the coins have got to be at.
Right. And how has that system been going? Can you update the people?
Yeah, so I can.
Okay.
What was it? It was 14-2. I think I put it into Action Network just to give it a set tracking thing.
Okay.
But 18-4 towards the dog. It's looking like, and since Thanksgiving.
18-4 ATS, right?
Yeah, ATS +1.5.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? So the Ducks sitting right now would be within that threshold before puck drop if the line stays here.
Right now,
Anything else
so would the Habs. The Canadians are in there, but that one for me is very, very hard to take. And I have to do it because it's kind of part of the system. But that is kind of the one where I say that's a very large price for the Flames. So that one certainly scares me. Am I going to play it? Yes, but it seems like a big price, especially because, nobody likes Markstrom, and he's coming back in net. Shutout odds are very low. That total went, I believe, 6.5 to 6. So it scares me. I won't lie. But
Okay.
that's the side I'm going to take. I do want to take the Stars today.
Oh.
That's one that I want to take.
Do you?
Yes. And I initially thought it was a little weird that the Penguins were, hanging -130. It's starting to come down, I guess, a little bit some places. because I guess in my head, I think the Stars are a little better than Vegas has valued them in the past. But I mean, after looking at it, it's not terribly weird. But I think kind of the undervalued thing in general is the Penguins. What is it? Third game in 4 days. They're coming off of 2, high intensity, really emotional games. There are a lot of beef in that game. A couple of the games against the Sabres. Now they're coming back home. After looking at it, I honestly think the price should have been a little bigger than it is now that I look at it. But Dallas, they're coming off a couple games. They've won games, so it's hard to say they've been bad because they certainly haven't. But they haven't looked great. They haven't looked looked a little human. And I've been fading them. They were in like the 200 range back-to-back games, Sens and Red Wings, and they struggled to win those games, which they did. Credit to them. But I think now's the time to get right. High total. I think the Ottinger's in net as well. I think we get a little bounce back from them. So I'll be on them.
Okay. I like the splits. I like where the money's at. Less than 35% of bets and handle on the ML. And the line really hasn't moved much with all the money and bets coming in on Pittsburgh, right? So, sure. I get behind it. Stars on the road in Pittsburgh, who's been playing really fucking good. I don't know how many games they've won in a row, but it's at least
I think it's 5.
Okay. I was going to say it's at least 4. Also, shout out the Caps. Don't let the Caps get hot. We're going to shout them out, too. They're getting going. And Ovechkin, bro, some fucking dickhead on ESPN the other night, I think it might have been last night, was like, somebody talked about Ovi scoring, and the guy was like, yeah, his last 4 goals of an open net. I'm like, dude, I think he's scored enough pretty good goals in his career for you to not bitch about him getting an open net goal. The guy is debatably the greatest hockey player ever. Hop off his J. He's the GOAT. He's unbelievable. If he's going to get a couple open net goals, and I know it's been like 4 in a row, yeah, whatever. That's cheesy. But the guy, if anyone's earned it, it's him. Okay? Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
The dude is he's a robot. He's awesome. He's so awesome, dude. He's so awesome.
Yes.
And didn't he cash something for you the other night?
Yeah, I mean, I've had his goal square when it was up when he got those empty goals. So shout out to him. I think that was with Dave Square one of the times he came on. But yeah, shout out to Ovechkin. Yesterday was a big Caps day too. I don't know if you saw that, but Jets were very, very public, and Caps came out and dominated that game.
Yeah.
So good for you.
So my phone does work, so feel free to shoot me a text if you see something like that. Especially when you know that I'm hammered.
The over in that game. Remember that? I did text about that, taking the over.
You did.
Yeah, took that.
Okay.
But yeah,
just know that when I'm inebriated and you see a bet like that, especially on a home team of mine, feel free to ping. Feel free to ping. Okay. But you were talking about the over, and I probably would have ended up taking that over the Caps because I don't take 2 bets in one game anyway. So
yeah, that's the thing.
But don't let the Caps get hot. That's the point. Moral of the story. And I think they're on a nationally televised game this week. I'm excited. I'll watch it. They've won a couple in a row. Fuck yeah. Who remembers the Ovi fight against Svechnikov? Was that when he literally beat the living fuck out of that young guy and he got hurt and he was like really hurt? Is that what he's talking about?
I think so, yeah.
That was bad. I was actually watching that game with my family, and my mom was like about to like cry. She was like, "That was not okay." And I'm like, "Mom, that's just hockey. I'm sorry." Yeah. It was bad, dude. Yeah, he fucked that guy up.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable. And yeah, Chaka, you're right. People forget that Wayne Gretzky scored all of his goals against DoorDash drivers. People forget that. And now goalies are literally spinning around their heads. Fucking shutout central.
Yeah. It's interesting.
All right. Let's build out our options for the squad ride. Shout out Incarnate Word. It was always the word on Friday. Outright. Maybe one of the best games of the year, straight up. Maybe one of the best games of the season. Like, that was nuts.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Absolutely love that game. That was fucking sick. And I know that our buddy, the QB, which I cannot believe I'm fucking forgetting his name, but it's some chick name is Lindsay, right? Lindsay Scott.
Yeah.
Look, he's not eligible to win the Heisman. I'm pretty sure you have to be FBS.
Yeah.
But that dude, you're going to see him in the NFL in a couple years and be like, who the fuck is this guy? Where did he come from? And why does he look like Lamar Jackson 2.0? I'm telling you, he's big. He can run. He's got a cannon. I don't know if he can operate an NFL offense. We'll find out. It's probably a little bit harder than running an Incarnate Words offense, but My God.
Yeah,
That kid can fucking play.
really can.
My God. I mean,
That
and their
game-
defense looked like Swiss cheese, and they still fucking won that game. So I was very impressed against a seasoned, good, well-run, historically pretty fucking good FCS team, the number one team in the country in Cal State, or Sacramento State. And the Word
Yeah,
came out victorious outright. Love it. Absolutely love it.
that was huge.
I would like him to be the Heisman, but he can't. He can't.
Yeah.
So I definitely have him over Duggan, for sure.
It's crazy. Crazy.
All right. Well, we got Dallas Stars, ML.
Yeah.
Put that in there. Okay. You want to put the Pats in there, ML?
Well, it's because it's also like the last leg of the Surge 6, so I feel like the whole Book It community is already sweating this enough as is. I don't know. What do you think?
You're probably right. That's a good point. I forgot about the Surge 6.
Yeah.
Good point. Yes. We will leave that out. Damn, that total's going back up to 44-ish. Interesting. I was literally just about to say let's give the under a look, but I'm seeing a couple more 44s than I was earlier. Are you seeing the same thing?
Am I? Yeah.
So I guess we're off that. What about CBBs? The problem is we're kind of fucked because one of the only plays we really like, we can't really bet until right before tip.
Yeah, it's the problem.
You know?
That's the big problem.
I mean, we could put in Texas. I'm comfortable putting in Texas.
I'm cool with that. You want to go full game or first half? It's a real question.
Why don't you sell first half and why we should do that way? And I'm not opposed at all after watching Tennessee last night.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sell job to it. It's just those bigger spreads. I mean, we've been taking a couple of them. Not really any this big, I guess you could say, but first halves have been hitting. The one thing I guess that would kind of worry me is for a team like Texas, I guess with all the stuff they have going on, maybe they need a little time to settle in. But I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. But we have seen it been cashing pretty nice. It is moving up too, I guess, along with the spread. I didn't see the spread move, but the first half on 13.5 to 14 some places. But it's up to you. It's your play.
Somebody in chat said, but did they come out slow after the news tonight, then turn up in the second half? I'll be honest, I think the opposite would happen. I think they come out well, and then, when the coaching adjustments need to be made at half, maybe that's when the team who has a coach comes out better in the second half. I'm cool with Texas first half. What spread are you saying? 14?
13.5, 14, depending on where you look.
What's the majority of them? What are you saying?
Majority 14.
Okay, we'll go minus 14 first half, okay? That's a fatty number. I like it. I like that it's fat.
Yeah.
I do. Okay, and our guy Chaco said he'll go to the fucking game if we put Fairfield in the squad ride, so I feel like we have to do that. I'm probably going to be on them anyways.
Okay.
I feel like we should put that in out of respect. And to be completely fair, I'm probably going to be on Fairfield anyways, but I want to dig in and make sure there's no injury bullshit and that line is set there for no injury reasons. Okay.
Yeah.
But we'll put that in. Plus 5.5. I'm pretty sure it's consensus right now. We could leave it at that. Do you have any other plays you want to throw in besides Dallas ML, Texas first half, and Fairfield plus 5.5?
We can keep it to that quantity.
It sucks because, and I know Pierre saying, I'm curious to see you guys on Arizona State when Creighton's lost 4 straight games, 2 of them as double-digit favorites. Yes, I totally get it. I'm not saying this is the fucking contrarian play.
Yeah, it's really not.
It's not the contrarian play. But guarantee you, if Kalkbrenner plays, everyone on earth is going to be betting Creighton right before tip, and that's when we strike on the other side, hopefully, if that line doesn't move too much. All right? Okay, I think we roll with these 3.
I'm cool with that.
Okay. Joshy, we'll go Dallas ML. We'll go Texas first half minus 14, and we'll go Fairfield plus 5 and the hook. All right? Any big plans this week, Javon? You doing anything cool?
Well, I mean, I got 6 exam weeks this week, So nothing crazy. Got a little presentation today. Then we got a little long layoff. Then we go back at it Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
So I'll be studying throughout the week.
Sure,
whatever you want to call it. But
good.
no huge plans.
Be studying the lines.
I mean, yeah, that's what. But it sucks.
Wait,
that it's not. It sucks.
You're going back. You going back to Tampa for a little bit?
I mean, yeah, Bengals are coming to Tampa on Sunday. I'll be there.
Are we gonna get a Chode fan? Are we gonna get a Chode fan sighting?
You just might.
Wow.
It might be back. It might be back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Chat. Only the real ones know.
The real ones know.
We might be getting the Chode fan. And with the way the squad rides have been going, although we are coming off a win, huge comeback win, we might need the goddamn Chode fan. Straight up.
Yep.
We might need it for the vibes. Half the people in here are probably like, what the fuck? Parlay Safari's free play today is Stars ML. I mean, really? I've never met a quarterback better in my life. And to be honest with you, I like that because he's going to turn around.
Yeah.
It's going to turn around for our guy. Damn. Yeah, what's winning the poll? I got to go in and vote still. I might vote for Dallas too. I think that's probably my favorite play. I mean, you pitched it very well.
Yeah. And I don't want to say I hate fading a hot team because I do it all the time, but the Penguins are definitely playing well. But I think it's really underestimated coming off of those couple games in 3 days. It's gonna be tough for them.
Chat, go vote. Not enough votes. Show some heart. Or Dallas is going to run away with it, okay? I guess nobody wants to see Chaco at the fucking Fairfield game. Chaco's probably clapping right now, celebrating his room. He doesn't have to fucking go to that.
Yeah, it's facts.
Healthy Fairfield covers. I agree, my man. I agree. I want to make sure everybody's playing.
Yeah.
Dig in before I bet them.
I'm mad that there's not any college basketball games able to go to when we're out in Arizona for the playoff. I was looking at it. It's really going to trouble.
Yeah.
The only good game is Arizona State's hosting Arizona. And you know what day and time that is? Same time as the playoff game, pretty much.
Nice. Smart. Good move, CBB.
Awesome.
Good work.
Absolutely awesome. It's pissed.
Unbelievable.
Go up and hit up like a GCU game. Because they're
Grand Canyons?
Yeah, stadium's actually electric, but they don't play at home either.
Dude. Damn, you already did the research?
Oh, I had to. Well, because I was looking at like when I should come in and everything. Got to book the flights. There's no hotels available, obviously. It's like you gotta tap into the Airbnb. Got to get the flight.
So there's no fucking hotels available at all?
Oh, that was very cool. There was no hotels available like as soon as the playoff got announced.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at ticket prices because I may be looking to go to the other game potentially. And the TCU tickets were like twice the price. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, because TCU, they got
It's never in it.
Yeah, they're never in it, and they got a big Western alumni base. Like a lot in California and Arizona, so that's a big thing.
Damn, Luke Locks is pissed, dude. You're not going to see him.
I mean, tell your boys to play at home while I'm there. Make them change the schedule.
Tell their boys to change the schedule, Luke. Grow up.
Yeah.
All right, Dallas Stars tonight. We're all stars tonight.
We're all stars.
We're all stars tonight. Javon, I appreciate it. You carried today. My brain is the size of a walnut, but I'll be recovering the rest of the day. And let's stay hot in NFL. 61% on the season. 5-0 yesterday. What could go wrong today?
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Why
what
not?
could go wrong today? Huh?
Why not?
Javon, any parting words? Any words of wisdom? Any advice? Any advice for anyone out there you got?
Any advice? When things are going tough, when we're having a rough time, all you do is ride the squad ride, and then everything's magically better. So we start now.
I think Abraham Lincoln said that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it was actually Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin.
Oh, okay, you're right. Yes.
Yeah, got those. So let's do it. Let's start getting hot again. Let's win some bets.
Can we please, chat? Can we please? Did you guys bring your sharp brains today? Please tell me you did when you voted for Dallas, because I want a winner. Okay, the record is still impeccable, but we cannot be getting complacent. Okay, Let's keep getting bigger, faster, stronger, and better, and faster and stronger. Okay, ladies and gents, appreciate it. Happy Monday. Look, it's Monday. Vibes are probably low. Let's hope our guy Trent takes care of that tonight and gets the vibes through the fucking roof. Let's go, Pats.
Let's do it.
Let's go, Pats. Finish the goddamn